everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to be doing a pick a card all about your love life a year from now. So most likely this will be tailored towards you guys who are single, but I will try to kind of bring in all types of like relationships and things like that, but most likely it will be those of you who are single. So let's get started with today's reading. We had group number 1 with the rose quartz, group 2 with the selenite, group 3 with the pyrite, and group 4 with the pink opal. So let's get started. Starting off with group number 1. As usual, timestamps are down below and in the comment section, in the description box and in the comment section, and also my rates for my readings are down below. Please message me before purchasing as my rates and availability can change. And also if you would like to check out my crystal shop, please feel free, all the information is down below. So let's get started. Starting with group number 1. Hello group number 1, let's get started with your reading today, my lovelies. So you guys chose the beautiful rose quartz. These are such good quality, I love them. So let's have a look and see what's going on for you in your love life a year from now. Oh, throat chakra. Okay, so let's have a look and see. So you have the main 2 tarot cards, and then we'll have a look into your oracle cards. So your love life a year from now, 2 of cups and the 2 of pentacles. That is really, really positive. That feels like a lot of things are unblocking themselves. I'm picking up on a lot of 5th house energy, a lot to do with play and a lot to do with the 5th house to do with play and romance and fertility and creativity. So I do see there is someone interested in you. I feel like you're kind of debating whether they're the right person or if you feel comfortable with them. It feels as if you're definitely kind of debating on who you are around them, how you feel, how it feels for you, things like that. So the 2 of cups and the 2 of pentacles is all about balance. It's all about duality and reflection. So I feel like if this person and you feel comfortable with each other, there will be a sense of things reflecting back to you positively. So if you're comfortable with this person, then it's definitely most likely a comfortable relationship that could be forming. I feel as if it's definitely around your safety. Sorry guys, my throat chakra is acting up. It's definitely around your safety and your energy around kind of putting yourself first. I feel as if for you, there's really a strong need for you to come back to yourself. So this might be actually within a year from now, you might still be single. But for a lot of you guys, you will definitely be in a much, much better place than where you are now. I feel like you're definitely pulling more towards a positive side of yourself. It feels more like you are connecting more positively with yourself. You're able to really come back to who you are. And it's actually forming these beautiful, gorgeous relationships with other people. It just feels really lovely. It feels quite Libran as well. It feels very like 2nd house and 7th house, that sort of thing. And the 2nd house, the 1st house is opposite the 7th house. So it's kind of what I'm feeling around this energy of how much am I focusing on myself and how much am I focusing on other people. Because when we're in that Libran or the 5th house energy, it's very much about kind of the other person. The 5th house is very much to do with ourselves, but it's kind of, if you put the 5th house and the 7th house together, you get a really nice combination of this kind of playful, creative energy. So what I'm feeling is how you guys are expressing yourself is really easy. It feels like you guys are really able to let people see you for who you are, and there's no kind of barriers. I'm hearing the barriers are down. I just feel it's like no barriers. Like I feel like from now until a year from now, kind of whenever you're watching this, I feel like there's definitely this energy of like clearing, and by the time you get to a year from now, you're going to be in such a you're going to be in a more mature place. Like I feel like you're going to be able to handle your own energy more, you're able to handle other people's energy, you're able to kind of really come back to yourself and really see yourself for who you are, like no longer kind of like pushing yourself down, forcing yourself into a corner, that sort of thing. It just feels like you're really coming back to yourself, which is really, really nice. I also feel that you're coming away from restriction. We have this kind of like church energy here, and then we have this kind of open space. I feel like with churches and things like that, they're obviously a very positive place, but there can be a lot of things behind the scenes that are very kind of corrupt if they're not authentic. So it feels as if you're kind of possibly coming away from religion, or you're possibly coming into a more kind of authentic place towards religion or spirituality. It just feels like you're no longer hemmed in, controlled, feeling forced, and kind of like you're in this space of just feeling really stuck. This is kind of feeling like I'm allowed to spread my energy out more, and I'm allowed to let people see me for who I am. And there's definitely this energy of like the death energy of really releasing your old self, and the moth is all about that kind of feeling of I'm no longer going to hide in the dark to make other people feel comfortable. I'm no longer going to adjust myself for other people and things like that. It's just very much about the relationship with yourself and relationship with others, which is really nice. I feel like it's so positive. So let's get you a couple more tarot cards. Let's just clarify this and see. Oops. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords. We have the Death card here, which is lovely. I feel like right now this is in the next probably about 3 months or 2 months. This feels as if like possibly 1 month and then 2 months. It feels as if for you guys there's this strong need for you to come out of your comfort zone in terms of conflict and things like that. I feel like a lot of you struggle to be in conflict with people and struggle to kind of, it's this energy of like I have to make people happy, which I think is something you're really coming away from. And I definitely feel like, I mean, we have the Star, so that everything is working out in divine timing. That's actually in the upright. Everything's working out in divine timing, and things are becoming much more clearer, which I think for a lot of you guys that has been quite a struggle for you, because there's been a lot of manipulation in your connections where you just haven't been able to be yourself. You haven't been able to really express your full authentic self. So we have the Three of Cups here. So you're going to meet some lovely friendships along the way, some lovely people who really help you be yourself. And I'm really connected to this moon energy. I feel like you're going to connect to a lot more people who are so much more on your wavelength. So a lot more people who are a lot like you. So people who are very empathic, sensitive, just people who really get you. Like I'm picking up on this energy of like I can be vulnerable with these people, and I no longer have to kind of hold myself really tightly to kind of protect myself, which is, you know, it's not always a bad thing when you want to kind of have your boundaries, but it can stop us from feeling that really deep sense of love, especially if we're around people who can't feel it themselves. So like we said, we have this energy of coming out of our comfort zone. I feel like the Death energy is definitely this feeling of I'm really powerful. Like I can come into this energy so powerfully. In about 6 months time, I feel like this is going to be a really powerful, bold move for you. And it's definitely about your sexuality too. I feel like with this woman, I'm really being drawn to her breasticles. So I'm really being drawn to her top half. And it feels like her energy is just really powerful. It feels like she's really being vulnerable without kind of like smearing it over or trying to hide it. So I love how we have this kind of build up to the year. That's what I'm kind of feeling. It feels like this is the build up to the year and this is kind of the end result. So what I'm feeling is a sense of like really figuring yourself out. And I definitely feel like someone, if they're meant to come into your life, they will find you so naturally. So I'm just going to grab my little selenite wand here. Yeah, so I feel like with this energy, I feel like it's definitely this energy of just really seeing everything for what it is. Like there's no kind of sugarcoating or anything, and you're really okay with that. Like before, you used to kind of hide yourself and kind of be like, oh no, it's okay, you know, I don't need to know everything, or I don't want to know what's going on underneath the surface, like I just want to avoid it. But now you're kind of like, you know what, I'm really not happy because there's a lot of like suppression. So I hope this is making sense, but there's definitely this feeling of coming into your own, and you will possibly meet somebody within the year. I do feel that. So let's get a couple of months of the year, and then we're going to have a look into any other love messages that want to come through in terms of the oracle cards. I'm really picking up on Harry Potter. I actually picked up on the number 6. It's number 6, January, February, March, April, May, June. Yeah, so it is the 6th month. Okay, just wanted to double check that. When I'm channeling, I can't always do things like strategically. So when I think of numbers, sometimes I don't even like feel what the number is. Yeah, it's very confusing sometimes. So let's get you one of these. I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be watching a lot of things to do with witches as well. And pick up on like Sabrina and things like that. So we also have this February card here. Things are being shifted, things are being moved. I'm hearing moved and approved. It's like you're approving of the things that are moving. So my guys like to rhyme sometimes. So yeah, you're approving of the moving. So basically when things start moving, you're approving of it. You're not avoiding it. You're not being like, oh, this is too scary, I can't deal with this. You're just like, no bitch, I'm gonna fucking go for it. You know, I love this energy. It feels so powerful. I love this because it feels so feminine. Like it feels like an empowered feminine. It feels very sexy, and I'm all about it. And I feel like with that rose quartz, it's such a feminine energy. Like it's such a gentle, natural, nice feeling. It just feels really good. Okay, so my lovelies, let's get you a couple of more oracle cards. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see, anything that wants to be shown. Do you want these two? No. Okay. Let's do a couple more shuffles. And we'll see what's going on. I'm picking up on pyramids and things that are quite Egyptian. We'll pick up on like hieroglyphics and Tutankhamun. So you guys might really be interested in that around a partner. You and your partner might really vibe over that. Both of you may be like architects or something. Your person might be an architect, something like that. I'm picking up on a lot of like Indiana Jones and stuff like that. Oh my god, the first card that comes out is the friggin' ring. I mean, that always makes me laugh because it's just so like literal. It's like a literal engagement ring. Okay, so that's really interesting. We have the card of reconciliation. That always kind of gives me a bit of a weird vibe because I kind of, yeah, oh, this is tea. This is such gossip here. Okay, was expecting it to be this kind of like blunt. Okay, oh, I love this. My throat chakra is like, hi. This is so honest. I feel like you guys are being so honest with yourself. That's really lovely. Okay, so, okay, right. I heard like a aha, but it didn't actually come out my mouth. So we have spiritual body, astral travel, and remote viewing. So this is about you guys seeing things from a higher perspective. You're looking down at it and you're like, damn, you know, this is something I really don't want to be interested in anymore, and I'm no longer interested in it, which is fucking amazing because it's really taken a lot of your patience to really get to this place, which is great. So I feel as if by the time you're at the end of this year from now, I feel like you're going to be very, very comfortable in your own energy. I think you're going to be very solid. I think you're going to be really, really sexy. Like your energy, whether feminine or masculine, very, very sexy, like really kind of in your own energy. And I'm not talking about intimacy when I say that. I just mean confident, passionate, knows yourself, and things like that. So I'm also picking up on the energy of, let me think what this is. Is it aquamarine? I think it's aquamarine. So sometimes I get an energy and it's related to a crystal. It feels as if it's all about your spiritual side and it's about you coming back to your authentic self, your authentic spiritual self. Like you're no longer letting people kind of bombard you and tell you what to do. So all of this is around kind of abundance and finances. So it's about your sense of self-worth and earning. So we have finances. You will reap the rewards of something you've been working towards and patiently waiting on. Your perseverance will pay off. Prosperity, windfall, and abundance. This feels fucking amazing. This feels like I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly what I'm doing. And also for a lot of you guys, if you're struggling with your finances, this is a massive, massive confirmation that everything is just under the surface right now. And it's just about to pop out, okay? And pick up on January. So if you're around January or you're not even nowhere near that watching this video, it's around kind of like the start of something new. It sounds like High School Musical, but it's like either the start of a season, so it could be around like one of the months that starts like a summer equinox, or it feels like the start of like an equinox. So around that sort of timing, that could be when your finances start to kind of like pop out of the ground. But if not, it will be at the start of the year. If you're nowhere near the start of the year, then that won't resonate with you. But I do feel like the start of the year feels really good in terms of finances. I just feel like there's a clearing and there's something around finances around, like astrologically I'm feeling. It feels like there's something there that's going to happen. Right, so we have ring, reconciliation, we have confirmation of no, and we have weight. So what I'm feeling is, very bluntly, some people you feel like you may be somebody you're going to get married to, and it might not be that. I feel like this is positive, because what I'm feeling is this person is going to show you, or has already shown you, if there's somebody around you, who they really are. So in terms of reconciliation, something could also be showing me that if this person, if there's somebody from your past who you really feel connected to, who you're not actually in contact with or haven't been in contact with for a long time, they could be somebody you could actually get married to, but it will be more than a year. It'll be like 2 to 3 years. It will feel like you'll have to work through the karma before you come back together again. That's one message. Another message is that a lot of you guys, when you begin to meet somebody new who you will be getting married to, there'll be people from the past who you'll have to say no to, who will keep popping up, because you'll be having this energy that's going to extend to people, and people are going to be drawn to you. And when people are more drawn to you, your partner's going to be drawn to you, as well as people who aren't good for you. So basically what it's saying is, make sure to discern how you feel around this new person that you're going to meet, because you're going to feel very safe. You're not going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel really safe and very, like, not anxious, no butterflies, nothing like that. And also I'm hearing weight. So with this weight energy, it's this energy of like, if somebody doesn't feel right, it's probably best to just wait it out. Because if you're not sure on something, in terms of like that judgment energy of like balancing stuff out, it's a really good idea for you to just wait for things to happen and not to rush it. Because then otherwise you're just going to feel really confused and you're just going to regret it and all that stuff that we don't want. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm feeling there. I just want to clarify that reconciliation card, because that card always gives me a little bit of weird vibes. So we have reunion with someone from your past, union, merging and fear. So this could be, I was going to say family, but no, it doesn't feel like that. Because sometimes it can be that you're kind of reconciling with a family member who has really affected your romantic life in some capacity, or religious in some way. So we have the Two of Cups again. So something's being rewritten. Oh, that makes sense. So I feel as if you're going to be in fear, possibly when you meet a new person, because you're worried that they're going to be like other people from the past. That is a big message. And I'm hearing, no, they're not going to be like that. That could be another message too. So we have the Queen of Swords. Is that in the reverse? Yeah. So we have the Queen of Swords, the Chariot in the reverse, and the Eight of Swords. This is showing me that if there's any kind of forcing, or you're feeling like you have to force this connection, or force any type of connection with anything really, even objects, like if you're thinking, oh, I don't know if I should buy that certain object, just wait it out. If you feel like you have to force it, it's probably not the right thing or the right connection. It just feels like you have to really slow down and think about how you feel. It's not a logical situation. It really is about your heart chakra, because we have this Queen of Swords and we had this woman wanting to logically think about the situation. But the best thing for you to do is think about it with your heart, like the rose quartz. Okay? Alrighty, my lovely. So I'm also picking up on a neighbourhood, like I'm picking up on the 4th house. So you might be around moving in a year, or something to do with your home. You might be getting new neighbours, and one of them might be a future partner. It's could be a big stretch, but you never know. It depends on where you're living, depends on what sort of accommodation you have. Could be even a housemate. I don't know. It just feels like something like that. They feel really familiar. It doesn't feel like an awkward situation. It doesn't feel like, oh, you're living near me. Oh, this is so awkward. I really fancy you. It's like, oh wow, like we're both really attracted to each other. This feels really good though. This feels like whoever's going to come towards you and you feel safe with them, they're most likely the right person. If you're always debating how do they feel about me, what's going on with the connection, it's probably not the best connection for you. Because remember, like if you're on the other side of it, if you were your partner and you were kind of making, you know, that person feel really uncomfortable by not knowing how they feel. It's like, you know, like if you were on the other, if the shoe was on the other foot, and somebody was asking, if your partner was asking, do they really like me? You would probably feel like, oh, that's really awful. You know, like I need to let this person feel comfortable. I need to talk to them. You know, it has to, if you kind of feel a bit confused in any sort of situation, kind of flip it around and put the shoe on the other foot, and try to think like, if I was in that position of that partner, like I wouldn't want that person to feel like that, you know? So don't let anyone kind of make you feel uncomfortable or anything like that. Okay, so we have Sagittarius, we have Jupiter, and we also have the 6th house. And then let's pull a couple of these little cards here. This is a cute little Lenormand deck. That's actually what it's called. So if anyone's interested, that's what it's called. Loads of people have asked me where this card deck is from. I'm pretty sure I just got it off of Amazon. So it's called the cute little Lenormand deck. That's what I'm feeling. So, oh, I love this card. I love the 22 card. This is one of my favourites. Number one, because it's 22. But number two is because it's just so perfectly aligned. Like everything is coming up daisies. Is that the right quote? That's what I'm picking up on. I'm picking up, you might have a grandparent involved in the situation. So especially if they are in spirit, they're going to help you really come close to this person. And even if, for some of you guys, I know this is probably, you know, I mean, we have the coffin. So it's this energy of like, if there's somebody in spirit, if there's a grandparent in spirit and you're worried, like, you know, I feel like I'm going to miss them if they're not at my wedding, things like that, they are going to be there. That's just a really big confirmation for a lot of you guys. Some of you guys are really big family people, and not having grandparents there is like really upsetting. But that's for those of you who they're already in spirit, okay? Like I'm not saying, you know, that they're going to be in spirit. Like they're already in spirit right now, okay? So that's not a future prediction in that way. Okay, so I feel as if people don't align with your values, they're probably not the right person. So anything that feels intense, it feels like forcing, it feels like anything that's just really, you're suffering with it, is probably not the right situation. The coffin actually feels so effing positive. It feels like you're putting something to rest. It feels like you're no longer just adjusting stuff for other people, you're being yourself. And the reconciliation feels as if you're trying to connect to somebody from the past, but they're really just not good for you. Like, let them go, okay? If they're not wanting to be around you, that's, you know, that's confirmation you just shouldn't be around that person, most likely, okay? So we have the Sagittarius, Jupiter, and we have the 6th house. So this person could also be foreign. like from a different country in terms of foreign. They could look like they're not from your native country as well. You know, you get loads of different people in different countries, but you know, typically from that native country they will look different. There's somebody who is definitely in the sort of health profession. I'm not picking up on medical, I'm picking up on more holistic. I don't really kind of vibe with the medical profession anymore. It's very corrupt. Not all of it, of course. It has its purpose, okay, guys? But in terms of all the other stuff around it, you know what I'm talking about, if you know what I'm talking about, okay? But honestly, I do thank all the nurses and everything, you know, just putting that out there. So with the Sagittarius and the 6th house, the 6th house is very much to do with health and fitness. This person is going to be really healthy. They're going to be in a really good place and they're going to be able to expand with you. So they're not going to basically force you into a corner and say, this is who you should be. This is what you should be acting like. They're just going to be like, do you know what? You do you, girl. You do whatever you feel is comfortable for you. I love you no matter what. I mean, how sexy is that? That is gorgeous. So that's all I'm getting for you guys. I hope you have a lovely day. My rates are down below for my crystal shop is down below. Have a lovely, lovely day and I'll speak to you soon. Bye. Hello, group number 2. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get started with your reading, my lovelies. So you guys got the beautiful selenite wand. I love these. These are so lovely to cleanse yourself because they're raw. So they're really, really nice to give yourself a good cleanse. They will hopefully be up on my shop soon. I'm aiming to get them up quite soon, but if they're not, then you're always welcome to message me if you want to get one. I have lots in stock, so if you want to, then please let me know. I'm also going to be getting these beautiful selenite ones on my shop as well, which are really good to kind of like do readings with and things and cleansing yourself. It's all good. So, but these are much smoother, but just letting you know. All right, so let's get started with your reading. So for you guys, I'm picking up on a union. I'm definitely picking up on a really lovely couple coming together. So it doesn't have to be a couple. It could even be you and a best friend. It feels like somebody you just feel like you're able to be yourself with. You're able to feel really, really comfortable with them. Okay, so let's have a look and see what card is in your energy. All right, so Page of Pentacles. Okay, so a year from now, you're going to be very, very much working on your own energy. You're going to be working on feeling a lot more comfortable with focusing on your own journey. There's definitely this energy also of you guys just feeling like provided for, like you feel really comfortable with just really focusing on your own abundance. It feels as if you're going to be quite rich as well. And I don't mean rich as in money, I mean, yes, that as well. But you're going to feel really good, I feel like, with your health-wise, with your sanity, your health, your mental health, all that stuff. And of course, I'm not a health professional, so just take it as it resonates. But it just feels so comfortable. It feels like I'm abundant. I just keep hearing, I am abundant, I am abundant. That is so lovely. Okay, so whoever is coming towards you, they're just going to come in so naturally. Honestly, they're going to come in so naturally. Okay, so let's get you some cards. So we have the 3 of Swords. I don't have one underneath, but no. Okay, so we have the 3 of Swords. This one? No. Also more down here. We have the King of Cups. Lovely. So this is definitely renewing karma around masculines. So if you're a masculine and you prefer feminines, it'll be around your energy and how you relate to other people's masculine energy. So say if you are more on the feminine side and you're attracting in the masculine, basically, whichever gender or energy you relate more to, that would be in the parent that you were born with. So say if you are you're a feminine wanting a masculine, you would relate more to the father figure. If you are a masculine wanting a feminine, you'll relate more to the mother figure. So whatever it is, you're healing that type of parent. You're healing either the mother wound or the father wound. You're really showing up as yourself, and it has been a massive transformative time for you. I'm hearing, I know it's been hard. I can feel it. I can feel how hard it is, and you're kind of reaching for that kind of saving energy. So I'm hearing, just know that it's going to get better. It is getting better, and I do feel this sense of renewal. I do feel like this massive sense of like, I'm coming back to my own energy. I'm feeling myself. So with this 3 of Swords and the King of Cups, it feels like you're able to really see yourself as you are. So you're able to really, when you're in a connection with somebody, whatever it is, family, friends, work colleagues, you're able to really stand your ground. It's very similar to group number 1's energy, actually. But what I'm hearing is, it's like everything feels like really, really clear. It feels like you're able to, whoa, the rain has just suddenly started coming down. That's crazy. We have the Moonchild card underneath the deck as well. So this is about you being seen for this really gorgeous feminine. And even if you're not a feminine, everyone has feminine and masculine energy. So your feminine side is the thing you're really working on right now, I feel. And especially for my females, especially my feminine females, you guys have gone through it, especially with masculines, especially if you are a straight feminine, or if you are a female, if you're a feminine wanting that masculine energy around. It's difficult, you know, being a really assertive female or feminine is difficult in a society, because it's not wired around that. It's around manipulation and masculine and business and all that stuff, but it's really going to start changing, especially with this Aquarius age. So with the Three of Swords, the King of Cups and the Emperor, I feel like there's something else I'm missing. I feel like it's something that's going to come up as I'm talking, but the Three of Swords, the King of Cups, the Emperor, Page of Swords, Ten of Wands and the Page of Wands. I feel as if you're going to be around a lot more people than what you're around now. I feel as if in terms, even like love doesn't have to be romantic, like love is everywhere, you know. So in terms of love, I feel like it's kind of going to come in all shapes and sizes. So friendship, it's most likely going to come through even a puppy or a kitten. It's going to come through a relationship as well. What I'm feeling is it might be a little bit more than a year when you meet your person. I feel as if it's about you. It is really more about divine timing, if anything. It feels as if you're relating more, you're kind of working towards the base of your life at the moment. So you're working with the masculine and the feminine energies, yin and yang. You're working with all the base stuff, which is selenite. Selenite is so much at the base. It's like the foundation of everything. Like selenite is amazing in a new house. And when you get a new house, that's your new foundation. So everything you're working on is basically around your fourth house. It's around your home, your family, your self-care, and it's around how you're relating to your mother self. So how are you relating to mothering yourself? How are you relating to your actual mother, you know, or your father? What I'm feeling is also, I feel as if when you stop putting pressure on yourself, you're actually going to create a lot more abundance. You're going to bring in a lot more abundance, and especially to do with your finances. So it's kind of like, stop forcing yourself to get more money, stop forcing yourself to attract it, just let it come as it is and work on yourself in the process. I feel as if you're kind of letting go of people who are very, very stubborn and people who are like massive perfectionists. This could be that could have caused you to become more of a perfectionist too. I feel as if there's definitely this kind of enwrapped energy, like you feel enwrapped in something and you feel like closed off to your own emotions. You're really unraveling a lot of that trauma around your family ancestry. It's like, if I'm not stubborn and closed off, I have no control, and that's terrifying. And you're basically diminishing all of that, and you're basically releasing all of that crappy karma that wasn't yours to begin with, basically, because we're all divine beings at the end of the day. I just see that you're kind of coming away from that intense, cold, I don't know what the word is, but not reciprocal energy. So basically a lot of your people that you've attracted have been very cold and very distant, and that's always been normal to you because that's what you've grown up with. You're no longer doing that. Like you're coming away from that. You're literally cutting it with a knife. You're like, I'm done. I'm fucking done. I can't deal with it anymore. Goodbye, bitch. And then you literally just have a full on, like possibly you might have a couple of days or a few weeks where you just like want to just scream and cry and just get it all out, and you're like, why the fuck am I feeling like this? Just let it come out, because the more you let yourself feel, you're going to let yourself heal. You know, to heal is to feel, and then you're going to be able to think more clearly, and you're going to be able to discern what person is the right person for you. But what I'm feeling is when you actually clear a lot of this foundational karma, girl, oh my god, it's going to be absolutely amazing for you. You're going to feel so much more free. You're going to be able to think more clearer in relationships, and you're going to be able to attract someone who's so open, because you're open. You're no longer hiding your heart, because it wasn't to hide it for you to begin with. Like, it wasn't meant to be hidden to begin with. So it's funny because group number 1 literally got the same. They got June as well. So have a look at group number 1 if you're drawn to it, because I feel like this is so similar. Oh my god, you literally have the same months. We have all 12 months here and you got literally the same month. That is insane. Oh my god, if we get the same one again, I'm gonna laugh. Okay, we got October. That is so funny. I love that. So those are going to be quite significant months for you as well. You could be born in those months, or you could have somebody in your life who's going to come in who's born in those months as well. I'm hearing Guy Fawkes Night. So those of you who don't know when Guy Fawkes Night is, I'm pretty sure it's a British thing or an English thing. It's celebrated on the 5th of November. And the little saying is like, remember the 5th of November. So and also they're showing me, the significance around that story, and it's basically like this guy trying to blow up Parliament. So basically what's happening is Parliament is essentially like controlling. So everything that's been controlling you, you're blowing it up. You're like cutting it out, you're blowing it up, you're like, bitch, I'm done. And you don't even have any mercy for it anymore, because you're not a victim anymore. You're no longer a victim of this trauma and this crap that's been put on you for so much of your life. Okay, so let's have a look and see what's coming towards you. So you could have a water sign coming towards you as well. I think you're going to be surrounded by so much more empathy and so much more vulnerability, which is so beautiful, especially if you are a water sign and needing that, cultivating that energy. You don't actually have to be a water sign, but that's just an extra confirmation for those of you who are a water sign. All right, so for a lot of you, you could be moving out of your parents' house. You're moving away from being reliable on people who possibly aren't that reliable, especially if your relationship with your parents isn't that good, or you really struggle with it, like you really haven't been able to be yourself around those people. And you'll become more independent, which is lovely. So I feel as if you're going to meet your person, just as I say, really at the right timing. Honestly, they just keep coming back to that. They're not really telling me any certain amount of timing, but the fact we have that labradorite right in the middle, it feels really, really powerful. It feels as if you're really spreading your energy out more. So it's kind of like when you have your own house, you're able to decorate it the way you want. That's basically what you're doing with your own life. You're decorating it the way you want. You're the cake, everyone else is the icing, you know. So remember to know you have free will, and listen to your body when you feel a bit uncomfortable. Okay, so yeah, we have a bit of guilt there. So this is an energy of like, there is an underlying energy of guilt. We have guilt, remorse and regret. Never regret anything that has been happening for you, because it's all meant to be, and you did what you could at that time. Okay, you only knew what you knew at that time. You couldn't have done any better than what you knew. So with that in mind, having patience for everything is going to be the best thing for you. Let things unfold at their own pace. Remember, you're not on the wrong path. You are on the right path, but remember to rest, and remember to give your body rest, because you cannot be productive if you don't rest, okay? You cannot show up as your full self if you're not resting. So, in terms of your love life, I do feel as if your person is going to come in so naturally. They're kind of hiding the person from me at the moment. Like, I'm not really picking up exactly when they're coming in, but I feel as if it is around more than a year. It feels like a year to a year and a half to 2 years for you guys. So just keep that in mind. But I feel like there's not too long to wait. And I feel as if the universe is saying you have more choice than what you realise. So if you feel as if you have to basically force exactly, or you're going to meet somebody, it's not going to work. It really isn't going to work. And if it is going to work, it's probably not going to be the right person, because you're coming from a state of fear and regret. Okay, so the more you sit in this uncomfortable energy, the better. Okay, girl? Okay. So, I feel as if, I'm hearing decorate your house with crystals. So if you have your own home, or you have a bit more room, get some crystals out into your house. Because I feel as if you feel like if you really love crystals and you feel really drawn to them, I just feel that you need to let people know that. Okay, stop hiding your true self. Because we have the heart. It's all about you having a massive heart and not hiding it anymore. A lot of you guys, the person you're going to meet originates from a hot country, so they could literally originate from a hot country, or the parents could originate from a hot country. So the fox, the cross, the house, the snake and the birds. This is the main one that I was talking about. This is about your 4th house. So because we have the spirit, I feel like a lot of you guys, when you come into the conflict with your family, you're going to actually see what's really going on, and you're going to be able to really clear a lot of that crap that no longer needs to be there. You're no longer feeling restricted, and especially around religion as well. If you feel very religious and it feels restricting, I mean like the not so good side of it, you feel like you're choosing what's right for you better, and it feels really good. So with this snake, it's kind of showing me like a snake in the grass. So you are on a quest right now. It says, be tenacious when seeking out opportunities. Learning new skills can help you manifest your dreams and achieve your goals. You may even discover a new side of yourself along the way. Beginning, student and optimism. So don't be afraid to try new things. Don't be afraid to jump into things if you feel drawn to. And also don't feel the need to be sneaky around people. If you're not comfortable with somebody, try to step away from that energy. It's probably not going to be good for you. If you're not yourself around somebody, it's probably not worth the connection. Okay. Alrighty, so we have we have Gemini, we have the Sun, and we have the 11th house. This feels so exact. This is exactly what I was thinking. So with the Gemini energy, it can be very manipulating. The negative side, or negative side of it, the opposite side of it is manipulation, lying, gossiping, things like that. So because we have that in the sun, basically you're the main element of your life, okay? You're the concrete thing that puts everything together, because you're, you know, the most important person in your life, because without you there won't be everything else around you. So basically what I'm feeling is you're feeling into when something feels uncomfortable, you're pulling yourself away from it. Also, you're coming away from the manipulation into the more positive side, which is the 11th house of groups, friends, and self-awareness. So basically a lot of you guys are coming away from narcissistic, uncomfortable connections who are in groups, especially. You might have felt like you've been ganged up on or bullied or things like that. You're coming away from that and you're coming more into authentic connections that feel so right for you, so comfortable, and feel like you. They feel like amazing. They feel so, so generous and genuine and vulnerable, and you're able to really, really feel free. So I know you're probably scared that there's going to be a few snakes in the grass. You're scared that maybe if you go on this quest and really go towards your purpose and really show up as yourself in relationships, there might be a snake in the grass. But what this snake is if you feel like you can't handle yourself, it may be a part of you that is kind of like, well, I can't handle myself. If someone comes out at me, how am I going to protect myself? And how you're going to protect yourself is to stand in your power and set your boundaries, okay? So thank you so much for watching, guys. I feel like I just want to pull you guys a chakra card, just as extra clarification. Okay, so you guys got inner harmony. This is a lovely one. I am at peace with myself and those around me, and I do not harbour unrealistic expectations of myself or of others. I release the need to control others. My personal power is free from ego and from any desire to manipulate or exploit situations or people. The foundation of all my thoughts and actions is I trust in myself. Yes, Queen, that feels so lovely. If you want to read that, give it a little pause of the video as well. So have a lovely day. Rates are down below at my crystal shop. I hope you have the loveliest day, and I will speak to you very soon. Bye. Hello, my lovely group number 3. Let's get started with your reading. You guys chose the beautiful Pyra. I love her. She is one of my favorites, especially at the moment. It's really, really good for your solar plexus. So highly, highly recommend. So let's have a look at your love life a year from now. I'm picking up on Christmas really strongly. I just saw Santa Claus. Like, I saw Santa Claus's hat. I saw his hat being taken off and put next to you. So I'm not sure what that's about. It feels as if maybe if you have children or you're around children, it feels as if one of your, say if you're around like a guy who's, you know, maybe not even a romantic connection, but if you have a guy who maybe he's going to dress up as Santa this year for your kids, I don't know, but it feels like something to do with kind of your masculine, your feminine side coming together. It feels as if you're now more in control of choosing your own path. It just feels like that, but it feels like around Christmas. It could be to do with family. It feels like cozy. It feels really, really comfortable. So we have the sun. Lovely. So the fact we picked up on Santa Claus is great because he is a male, masculine. So the sun is all about the male and the masculine. It rules Leo. It's very, very prominent. It's literally about happiness, abundance, just feeling fucking free. Like, it's not even about just that energy of like money or like, you know, progress or anything like that. It's also to do with I'm in control and I like it. You know, I feel so good about myself because I know exactly who I am and where I stand, and it feels very like powerfully sexual. It feels lovely. Okay, so let's get you some cards. Oh my god, it's so masculine, this reading. I love it. So this is so powerful. Like, can you see how similar the colors are? As well, we have that gold and that pink. It's so powerful, guys. This is amazing. This feels like Maui from Moana. This energy of like, not the energy of like being really sneaky. It's that loving energy that he has right at the end of like really connecting to the character of Moana and just feeling like really powerful in his culture as well. Like really connecting to his culture. Okay, so we have that Ace of Wands there as well. We have Justice. Everything is working out as it's meant to be, and I love this connection between the sun and the moon. That's gorgeous. I love it. I think there's a quote that's like, live like the sun, love by the moon. I love that quote. It's just so pretty. I just love it. Okay, so I'm hearing a massive, massive message of like, you're on the right path. They're like shouting it to me. I'm hearing like, you are on the right path, everything is okay, everything is great. Don't want these, I just want this one. Okay, right. So what I'm seeing is a lot of you guys have been feeling like, oh, A lot of you guys have been feeling like, why is everything not working? Why do I feel so stuck? Why is everything just feeling really, really just so stuck? So within a year, you are going to feel really, really good. You could have a very strong masculine around you who is so supportive of you and who just allows you to just be yourself, okay? So there's not a lot of cups here. So what I'm feeling is you've already gone through the heartache. You've already gone through this uncomfortable feeling of like, oh God, this is so difficult. Why can't I just get grounded? Why can't I just be in my energy? And you can be in your energy, but it comes with healing, okay? And looking at the parts of you you're just not comfortable with. So in terms of who you're going to attract, this is most likely your man's. I'm hearing it's a man's, but he's not come in yet. And of course, it doesn't have to be a man. It could be a woman as well. Your partner. This person is coming, but they're just not here yet. Okay, so right this moment, as we're watching this, of course, this is a year from now. So this person is going to come in, most likely within the year, could be a little bit more than that. They feel like they can handle your energy. Like it just feels like you're trying to adjust yourself and you're trying to like put yourself in this box where you're like, you know, you're not putting yourself first. So in relationships, especially if you've been single for a long time, you get used to doing things for yourself. You get used to, you know, opening your own car door. That's such a stupid quote, but you get used to basically, you know, pulling your own chair out or picking up your own handkerchief, that sort of thing. Not literally, but you know, you get used to just doing things by yourself. And when you have somebody else there, sometimes it takes a while to accept the help. That is exactly what I'm feeling. It's like you are so used to being by yourself, being independent, which is beautiful. It's a really like genuine energy as well. It's not like an energy of like, oh, I'm independent, you know, I don't have to listen to you or whatever you're saying to me. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna kind of accept you in my life. It's like, it's nothing about that. It feels like I can handle myself and I can handle my own emotions. And it just feels really comfortable. It feels like, yeah, bitch, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to move forward. And no one can stop me. And I also feel as if you're making your own decisions, right? This is actually probably the most important message from this reading. You are making your own decisions. So what I'm seeing with this is how to explain this is basically not asking for other people's help. Not that that's a bad thing, but if you're always overcompensating for other people, always putting everyone else before yourself, always making sure everyone else is okay before you are, no, you're not doing that anymore. I can hear you're caring for people, of course, but you're putting in those boundaries, and those boundaries are so solid that they're not even really boundaries anymore. They're just there. Like, you're not even having to consciously say, like, I'm going to put my boundaries in. It's like, no, like, those people are not going to cross that line, and you're no longer being attracted to the wrong people. You're so solid with how you're feeling that everything is just coming to you so naturally, where you're no longer having to either force it, think about it, or having to adjust yourself around it so you're the right person for somebody else. You just are, because you were always perfect before all this trauma. You have always been perfect. It's just your belief system, possibly from family, that have made you feel like you weren't good enough, okay? So I feel as if, as I'm hearing, you're making your own decisions, possibly could be moving out, you're possibly making a lot of good business decisions as well, where you're really just listening to yourself, and your person is going to admire you so much. They're going to look at you and be like, oh my God, you're so attractive. Like, you have your own monies, you have your own house, or you have your own space, you have so much emotional space, you're so, you know, mature, you're so confident. This person is looking at you like, wow. And especially even if you have your own business, even if you don't, they can see how much of a hard worker you are. And they're always asking you, how do you feel? How are you today? Are you okay? And they're always like so comfortable with asking you how you are. It's very positive Leo. Leos have massive hearts. This person even could be a Leo. But what I'm feeling is this person could be a fire sign, but maybe not even sun. They could be Mars or Moon or something like that. Because what I'm feeling is they are so authentic in their Mars energy, or their well, Mars, yeah, could be Mars then, their fiery energy. It's like, it's not like a thing about, how do they feel about me and I have to adjust myself around this person. It's like, no, you just got to be yourself. They love you for who you are. They're confused when you start to adjust yourself around them. They're like, why are you doing that? Because they can see it, because they're so comfortable in their masculine side or their energy. They can really see you for who you are. Alrighty, so let's get you some more cards. This person is always doing things for you as well. Like, they're not, I'm hearing you're no longer a burden. Like, people have made you feel like you're a burden. No more, sis. No more of that. Lovely. So divine timing. So feel free to roll your eyes at that. I know divine timing can be a pain in the bum. One keeps getting said in the spiritual community, but honestly, it's so accurate, because sometimes you just have to be by yourself before you can come into this person, because a relationship isn't the most important thing in life. It's amazing and it's gorgeous, but if you don't have sanity, if you don't have good health, if you're not looking after yourself, what is the point in having a relationship? Because then you can't enjoy it. You know, that's just the blunt aspect of it, really. Okay, so then we have balance. Remain composed, for your inner world is reflected into your surroundings. Equilibrium, center, and serenity. So one thing I'm feeling, we have the card of reconciliation. Your person could be somebody from your past who you're not talking to anymore. That's just one message. That's not going to be for everyone. But your person, it feels as if you have already met them before, or you know of them. So it could be somebody who they feel really familiar. They could be from a past life as well. But I feel as if to meet this person, it comes with planning. So what I'm feeling is you're getting your shit together. You're possibly having like a therapist, or, and by the way, getting your shit together can look different to everyone. So just take it as it resonates. So it can be having a good diet, really looking after your mental health, listening to your body, making some really good decisions for yourself that feel right in that moment. No longer like forcing yourself, like, I have to do this right now because everyone wants me to do it. It's like, no, I'm going to do this for myself when I'm ready. And you're no longer like self-sabotaging. It just feels like massive amounts of flow. So with this finance card, it says you will reap the rewards of something you've been working towards and patiently waiting on. Your perseverance will pay off. Prosperity, windfall, and abundance. So a lot of you guys could be working on your own business. You could be working on finding work, and it could have been taking quite a long time. And I'm just hearing you no longer have to wait. So yeah, a lot of you guys feel like you're literally walking up a mountain right now. And if you guys want to get this deck, it's called the Cute Little Lenormand deck. So a lot of people ask me what that is. So yeah, I'm actually picking up your person really takes responsibility for themselves. So it's going to be a real big thing for you to really get your shit together. Because I'm feeling like this person is so mature that they will basically, like, if you're not in the right space or ready for this person, they'll really trigger you because they're very mature and they don't hide their feelings. Okay, so you could get married pretty quickly to this person coming in. This energy feels like you're matching up to things, like things are being literally whipped together. So you know when you whip something together, like, you know, eggs and sugar, it makes, you know, something different. So when you add like power to something, it creates, you know, something new. So it's basically like the masculine and the feminine coming together. So underneath the deck we have the Coffin, number 8. So everything that just feels like draining for you, is probably you're going to kind of release that, or you're just not going to be associated with it anymore. You're not going to kind of make yourself feel like the victim around it, which isn't always a bad thing, you know, but I just feel like you guys are really coming back to yourself. I feel like you may have missed, I don't know if I pulled you guys months of the year. If I didn't, I'm going to pull you guys those cards in a minute. I forgot to do that. So we have the Mountain, the Querent, the Whip, and the Bouquet. So in terms of the Mountain, as I say, this is about you really working on each stage of your life, not worrying about what's going to be the next thing. You're just kind of doing one thing at a time. And with the Querent, the Querent is about a person who questions an oracle. So someone who kind of goes to like a reader or a psychic or something like that, who goes to question, who goes to look at answers. So for you guys, you could be going to a therapist, you could be really working your chakras, asking an astrologist, a psychic, something like that. But what I'm hearing is you're seeking answers. So you're taking responsibility for things that you want to improve. And with the Whip, guys, you could get married like that. You could get married really, really quickly. And I definitely feel like somebody's come back from your past. It's up to you whether you accept this person as a relationship or not. But I do feel as if this person is the right person, you'll feel really good with them and they'll feel so comfortable with you. They could feel like they're also just from your past. They might not actually be from your past, but they could feel like it. So we have May. A lot of you guys are going to have children. There's going to be a lot of children around you as well, so you could work with kids. Or it's about you both being like childlike with each other. We have October. So this person could be born in either of these months, or you could be, just as extra confirmation. We'll need to pull you 3. I'm picking up on Dumbledore from Harry Potter. Like I'm picking up on his personality, like how caring he is and how like slow he acts and things like that. That's kind of the person you're attracting, is somebody who is a really strong like masculine energy, like a father figure. Of course, if you want a feminine, it'll be the other way around. There'll be more of a mother figure. but they just are always looking after you. They're always thinking about you and making sure you're okay. Okay, so let's get you a little bit extra, see what else wants to come through. All right, this feels lovely. We have the, let's move these cards down a little bit. So we have Aquarius. We have, oh my God, my heart chakra is going for it. We have the Aquarius 11th house, and then we also have Pluto. Oh my God, this is amazing. So the fact we have Aquarius in 11th house, I mean, Aquarius rules 11th house. So you're going to meet this person when you're able to manifest more groups, when you're around groups. And also I feel like groups could come to you. If the way you manifest is things come to you instead of you seeking them out, if that works better for you, it will most likely come to you, okay? So the 11th house with the Aquarius, it feels as if these people are just going to gravitate towards you like magnets, and these people are part of your love life. So it's all to do with manifesting people who are on the same wavelength as you. They like the things you do, and Pluto is about intense masculine manifestation. It feels like everything that you no longer want is just going to be devoured and it's just going to leave, and then the Pluto energy is this massive transformation. It's kind of like something just blowing up and just like coming back together again. So this feels like you're basically manifesting a brand new life for yourself, because you're no longer being in this energy of this victim. It feels really fucking good. It feels like you're also coming back to your authentic self, especially if you're in a spiritual career, or if you're wanting to go into that. You could easily meet your person through that, especially if it's more of a hobby, or it starts as a hobby. It could be just extra confirmation that's how you meet your person. But the 11th house is also to do with technology and the internet. So you can meet a lot of people through the internet who really change your life. And one of them is going to be most likely a soulmate, or it's going to be through a friend. You could meet, definitely, actually, do you know what? That's a really strong message. You could easily meet and manifest somebody through a friend. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm also going to recommend you guys a crystal. I'm going to recommend you rhodonite as well as pyrite, because I'm really picking up on rhodonite. And rhodonite is also a really lovely energy of the root and the heart chakra, getting you grounded within that heart energy. So really beautiful. Also, last thing I want to say is get out in nature. And I'm going to pull you one chakra card for you. Lovely. Trusting yourself. Beautiful. Give that a little pause if you want to give that a read. So thank you so much. Rates are down below along with my crystal shop. Have a lovely, lovely day. And I'll speak to you very, very soon. Bye. Hello, group number 4. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get started with your reading. So you guys chose the beautiful pink opal. I love her. She looks almost glazed. She is so pretty. So pink opal is a really, really lovely crystal, of course, around the heart chakra. But she's just really open. Like, she's just such an open crystal that just allows you to just kind of mold the energy around her. So a little bit like clear quartz, but with a bit more root to it. So I feel like your love life in a year is going to be very changeable. It's going to change a lot, and there's going to be someone and a couple of people who are really going to surprise you. Okay, lovely. So the 7 of Cups, so it's basically what I just said about change, because 7 of Cups is about options. And we also have that pyrite here. Number 3 had pyrite, so have a look at pyrite if you're drawn to it, of group number 3 as well. Okay, so there is so much I could say with this group. First of all, I'm picking up on Gemini, Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. Those are star signs that I'm really picking up on, and nobody else really had actual star signs, so that's really interesting. A lot of you guys are being drawn to certain aspects of your life first before you get to where you're meant to be going. So say if you're really wanting love, but career is like a massive focus for you, let it be the focus. Just let it be the focus for now and see where it's allowing you to head towards. Because what I'm feeling is it's like you can't resist, what you resist persists, which I hate that quote, but it's like, because I'm a Mars ruled sign, it's like it really pisses me off being a Scorpio, but it makes sense, you know. And I feel like you just got to find your niche right now. You got to find what makes you feel comfortable amidst all the kind of confusion and everything like that. So let's get you some more cards. Can we just clarify this 7 of Cups, please? Okay, so you're going to get what you desire and what you deserve, and it's all going to come beautifully for you. And a lot of you guys love cycling. No, I'm picking up on you guys cycling. Okay, so your love life, like I said, is going to have a lot of choice in it. It's going to have a lot of decisions you're going to be making, and it's not going to be probably the most smoothest. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's going to feel a little bit confusing, because you're basically working with some really deep parts of you, and none of this is anything you can't handle. Okay, I'm not saying this to kind of freak you out or scare you. It doesn't feel that scary. It just feels like it needs to clear out. So it's kind of like when you have like loads of crap in your home and you just need to get rid of it, but you're like, oh, I can't be bothered, it's so much effort. But once you do it, it's worth it. That's basically this energy of like clearing house. And sometimes the things we don't want to do are the things we need to do. So basically, with that Four of Cups energy, this is about you seeking out your truth. So basically, say if you do have a very messy house, and that could represent, you know, your internal energy, it could mean that you need to start taking responsibility for where you're putting all the items, you know, and how much you are hoarding in the home. When this comes to mental health, it may be you need to kind of really focus on your own state of mind right now. So love life, I feel like, is probably not going to be within the next year in terms of actually one romantic partner. I don't feel as if it's going to be just one person. I feel like it's going to be a few people who are going to possibly be quite short-term connections. Some of them could be long as well. But for a lot of it, it's going to be about transformation and about you helping yourself to find your authentic truth. And we also have this Five of Swords. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, it's really about finding yourself. I'm hearing it's too early. It's too early. You're not meant to be in a relationship yet, I don't feel. But you are meant to be in a relationship. You're just not meant to be in a relationship right now. Because remember, there's so many options right now, and it's not just love life that's going to be affecting you. I feel like it's about your purpose, and it's about you getting stable, because what I'm hearing is you put a lot of emphasis on other people, and that is where your happiness comes from, and that's not true. Your happiness comes from yourself first of all, because, you know, in a relationship you're still yourself. You know, you're not suddenly, life suddenly doesn't become clearer. It's like you still are you, you know, you haven't changed. So when you come into a relationship with somebody, being stable is so damn important. I'm picking up on the post office. For a lot of you guys, you might start a business where you are sending off parcels, you might be traveling, you might be around lots of different people. But what I'm feeling is you guys are really finding your purpose, and there's definitely this sense of like, I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. So for a lot of you guys, you could be moving out as well, because I feel like there's a sense of like being bogged down by other people. Your energy is very sacred as well. You get affected quite strongly by other people, so just be aware of who you're around and your energy and things like that. But I know a lot of you guys are wanting to know, like, okay, when's the next relationship coming in? I just feel as if your love life is about your love life, how you love yourself, okay? And I just feel as if that's going to actually bring you closer to love. Like, if you're avoiding it and you're basically thinking, okay, when's my person coming? When's the next relationship? It's like you're totally avoiding the point. That sounds so blunt, but you're literally avoiding the point, because if you're focusing on the external goal, how the hell are you meant to get there if you're not focusing on yourself? Because this is your life. The person that is coming into your life is your person. It's going to be part of your life. So if you're basically just diminishing all of it, it's kind of like when you focus on one part of your life and avoid the other stuff. Say if you focus on money but avoid your own health, or you focus on health but avoid money, you can't focus on just one thing. It's all about balance, which is why we have justice, which is about balance. So basically it's choosing the right option for you at that moment so you can get as much balance as possible. And yes, it may take a bit of adjusting. It may take a bit of like, oh, I'll try that and see how that feels to me. But it doesn't mean you have to get it perfect. As long as you're doing it and you're trying, it doesn't matter what the outcome is, because at the end of the day, you're figuring out who you are. And because you haven't had that time before, maybe you've always been in a relationship, or maybe you've always been around people who are just so manipulating and intense, you weren't able to figure out who you were. This is gorgeous. I'm getting this like holographic angel wing. It looks so beautiful. It's something around like seeing more colours. I'm hearing the song True Colours, which I really don't like that song very much. Okay, so we have November. I'm hearing the song Leave Me Alone. Is that the right actual title? It's by Michael Jackson. It's like, leave me alone. I actually don't know what the title is, but I feel like it's pretty much your energy right now. November, April, January. So you're basically, these are all the seasons literally of what you're going through. So you're going through a sense of like coming out of the shadows, blossoming, and then kind of figuring out where to go from there. And it feels as if I'm hearing you're allowed to dive into your hobbies. So maybe because you have felt very restricted, sometimes restriction comes with just trying different things. I know it's annoying because restriction it's different for everyone, and depending where you're feeling restricted. I just feel as if you need to try something out where you just don't care about the outcome. I think that's just the most healthiest thing to do, especially if it's like creative. Like, that's going to be the best thing for you to do. It's going to help you get a little bit unstuck. And my candle is popping, so that's a confirmation. All right, so let's have a look and see what else wants to come through in terms of your love life. A lot of you guys are going to be really different in a year. I feel like you're going to actually, what I'm feeling is, for some of you guys, when you're watching this video, you might have a certain idea of the person you want, but in a year's time, you're going to be like, why did I want that sort of person? They probably weren't even good for me, you know? And I feel like a lot of you guys are putting a lot of emphasis on somebody outside of yourself. You're kind of waiting for their response. You're waiting for see how they feel, but you're not waiting on how you feel. How do you feel in that connection? There's definitely a sense of like something breaking away. And yeah, I'm hearing yes. That's amazing. That's so blunt. Like the red and the yellow. It's like freaking go for it. You want to break this situation? Go for it. It's no longer about feeling tied down anymore. Because your love life is heartfelt. It's not how you think. It's how you feel about yourself. So a lot of you guys, it's time to like branch out and try new things as much as you can. You know, you do what you feel is comfortable for you. Do it whenever you're ready and whenever you feel like it. Don't ever feel like you have to do something right now. But a lot of it is going to bring you towards absolute fulfillment and abundance. You're going to feel so damn good about yourself. So I actually pulled a chakra card for a couple of groups. I'm going to pull it to you right now because I feel like this is about this situation. Lovely. So we have harmony. That's amazing for justice because that's literally about what it is, because that's all to do with like Libra, which is the harmony and the balance. I do not allow my mind to create doubt or to override my strong gut feelings. I accept and express my feelings while accepting the feelings of others. That's really lovely, and especially because I'm at peace with myself and those around me, and I do not harbour unrealistic expectations of myself or others. I release the need to control others. This is a really big one for you guys. This is like not even sugarcoating anything. But what I'm feeling, to get away from the intensity here, which is never a bad thing, but when we're coming into this energy here, it can be quite sensitive. So it's uncomfortable, but it's so worth it. So what I'm feeling is it's kind of like coming away from like a bad habit, like eating really bad food. You just got to realise when the right time is to let that go. Okay. And what I'm seeing is when you do that, when you break away from something that's unhealthy for you, you unplug it, you meet a lot of people who are really ready for you. Because a lot of people I'm feeling who just aren't ready for a connection. It's because they haven't met the depth within themselves. They haven't gotten deep enough within themselves to really know what a relationship is. A lot of people don't even know what a relationship is. Some people just think, oh, it's just love. And it's like, no, girl, it's actually being conscious of who you are. Like, you can't just have a relationship and have love. Like, you need love, 100%. But if there's no boundaries, if everyone is just kind of doing their own thing and they're not thinking about the other person, it's not going to work. Okay, so yeah, it's all about you getting stable. It's about you finding your stability. It's about finding you the right partner. Yes, beautiful. And everything is basically on its way so naturally. Okay, it's all coming towards you guys, and I'm picking up on the energy of hematite, and my solar plexus just did this weird like warm thing. It like went really warm, like around my stomach. So it's really about yourself. It's about your solar plexus, and the hematite is about you not overthinking and just doing the damn thing, doing whatever feels right for you and cutting that shit off. Okay, so this is about you guys being the tree and bearing fruit. Right now you're a tree, but you haven't bared any fruit yet. You might feel really guilty about it. You might be feeling, why haven't I created any abundance? Why does always say all these other trees are bearing fruit, but I'm not? But remember to not compare yourself to other people and their journey. It's very easy to do, especially you've got Libra in your chart. Libra is such a comparison zodiac sign, but honestly guys, if somebody else is bearing fruit and you're not, it doesn't mean they're better than you. It doesn't mean that it's kind of like if everyone has a relationship and you don't. Why would you want their relationship? Because you're not them, you know? So try not to compare yourself to other people. And when you start to bear your fruit, when you start to bear your fruit and be yourself, people are going to look at you and be like, damn, that person is amazing. I want to be like them. So it's basically, when you start owning your power, you're going to attract all these lovely people. So as I say, I'm not picking up on one direct person, but I am picking up on a lot of groups. We have that community and gathering card, and then we have the 11th house. Whoops. We have the 11th house, Leo, and the moon. So this is so powerful. This is basically you showing up for yourself, taking up space, and people seeing how amazing you are. Get creative, guys. You're allowed to be creative. You're allowed to be yourself, and you're allowed to be just really yourself. You're allowed to be creative. And with a Leo moon, Leos have massive hearts, okay? And the 5th house is ruled by Leo. And it's all about romance, love, creativity, self-expression. Go for it. I'm hearing if you have a passion, do not stop yourself from going towards it, because that is going to stunt your growth. And it's going to stunt how amazing you are. So I'm also picking up on the energy of clear quartz. And what I love about this is, one, the fact that we had hematite as well. So it's got that lovely masculine energy and feminine energy of the black and the white, like yin and yang. But the clear quartz is like who are you at the base of everything, because clear quartz is quite malleable. So when you have clear quartz, it kind of adjusts to your energy. And if you add any other crystals to clear quartz, like if you put any crystals near it, it takes on that energy. So it's a bit like Gemini energy. It's kind of like quite malleable, quite mutable. So with that clear quartz, it's like you are a clear quartz, but don't let any other like people or crystals or any other trees come towards you and kind of tell you who you are and what tree and what fruit you should bear. It's like trees don't judge each other. Trees are not judging each other like, oh, you have more leaves than me, or you have more fruit, or they just do it. They just grow. They don't care, because that's what they're meant to do. They're meant to just bear fruit. That's what their job is. So you're meant to bear fruit. You're meant to show up for people and show up for yourself and really just be this beautiful light in the world that people will naturally be drawn to you when you're putting yourself out there. So I hope that makes sense. Just letting yourself be you, being creative, getting more emotionally motivated by being yourself. And whenever you feel suppressed, try to pull yourself away and maybe go into hermit mode for a little bit and just work on yourself, okay? It's all about adjustment. So I feel like love life for you guys is about 2 to 3 years. So I'm sorry that's not within the year, but this is all about you finding yourself. And we have the yes card with the partner, so you literally are going to manifest a relationship. So wherever you find safety, go towards it, okay? Whenever you find someone who feels safe, go towards it. Have a lovely day. Work on your intuition, guys. You're doing a really good job. And also the next person you meet is going to have their heart on their sleeve, like literally, like, or their heart on their collar. So safety is the main kind of indication that it feels good and it's safe for you to do that. So have a lovely day. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like a private reading, all my information is down below along with my crystal shop. Have a lovely, lovely day, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye.